And just like that, the magic of television, I am back home. Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Audrey. This is my second YouTube channel, and if you watched any of my London videos, thank you. I appreciate it. My son and I made it back home safely. So I just wanted to talk about kind of how we wrapped up our trip there. How was it getting back home? How's it been since I've been home? I've made some mistakes since I've been home. I've been a little wacky. So I'll tell you about that. So the last day we went to, Benjamin and I went to the Natural History Museum. So that was Sunday. Yeah, that was on a Sunday, was that Easter? I think I was surprised they were open on Easter because, you know, the English people aren't very particularly religious, but they're big on their Easter day. There's Easter Sunday and there's Easter Monday. So we came home on Easter Monday. Natural History Museum was good, kind of sad, you know. I was definitely ready to come home. I missed hubby and Johnny and the kittens. Definitely ready to come home, but it's always a brain, I don't want to say the F word, but it's a mind for me to get my head in the right space, transitioning back home. I know it sounds so dramatic. Why does everything have to be dramatic? It's just a vacation. Well, it's kind of more than a vacation for me. If you know my history and the fact that I'm a psychic and I'm in touch with my previous lives, it's beyond just going away for a week and a half or whatever. So, plane ride was scheduled to be 11 hours, 35 minutes because you're going against the wind going back to California from England. And the pilot said there's a big tailwind or something happening and we're going to make up 2 hours. 2 hours? We can go that much faster. Yikes. Okay. 2 hours it is. So we got home in 9 hours and a half, I guess. Airplane ride was fine. I paid extra to sit in some seats in the very, very last row. That gave Benjamin and I our own little row of 2 people. So I had the window, he had the aisle, we were near the bathrooms. And then I paid extra, and I've never done this before. I paid extra to get on board early. I just, I have anxiety and stuff, and it's always stressful for me when I have luggage and bags that I'm not going to find anywhere for my luggage in the above head storage. It's like the above head storage should be for the seat under which it stands. So if I'm in row 43, for example, in this airplane, I should get container number or bin number 53 or 43 or whatever. It doesn't work that way. That's really frustrating. One time I was just in a really bad mood. I was not having it. I removed someone's luggage out of my overhead bin and handed it back to him. I just wasn't having it. And so I'm always concerned about that. So I paid for early boarding. It was wonderful. We had, I don't carry extra baggage. I just want my one little spot. And then I put my other bag under my chair in front of me. And I did check in a bag. Now, I booked my flights with British Airways, but on the way home, they put us on American Airlines. Why? Why do you do that? That's awful. I mean, I did know that when I booked it, there were no flights. There were no flights out of San Jose direct to London, which is unusual because I've always flown, for the last 10 years, probably straight out of San Jose. I don't live in the Bay Area anymore. But I don't know what's going on with British Airways. I don't know. I wasn't super happy with the airlines on either end this time. It was fine, but they didn't have vegetarian food on the way home. just little things like that. So anyway, Ben and I got home to LA, and then we rented a car because we don't live in LA proper. So we had to drive a little while, and I was tired. I hadn't slept, England time. It was the next morning and I hadn't really slept, and I'm driving on the 405 freeway down in LA, and in an awful car. I've never driven a car that I truly, truly hate. It was so uncomfortable the whole time I was in it. It was a Dodge, which I don't care for Dodge. Personally, for me, a Dodge, I don't know. It was a small SUV. It was just awful in so many ways. I won't even bore you with the details, but we made it home, and then, of course, Chase was up and waiting, and then the next morning, I was supposed to go get my eyelashes done, which I still have not. I had to text my guy and ask him to reschedule me because we had to go get Jonathan. Jonathan was at his dad's while I was gone in England. And then so we get to pick up Jonathan and find out his grandma died. So my ex-husband's mother, my former mother-in-law, passed on Good Friday. So she had been ill. So, so that, it's kind of sad. She didn't care for me, which is fine, but she always was nice to my kids. Sarah and Benjamin too, which aren't her grandkids, but she was always fine with them. So that's happening right now. That's going on. And then before I left, I had my pap smear. Sorry, guys. If there's any gentlemen here, you can skip or mute this part. But I'm going to talk about my cervix, okay? I've had work done down there after having 3 kids. I had to have a bladder lift. I had everything lifted and tucked and tightened down there. It's fabulous. But I did come back with a abnormal pap smear again. I did last year and I have it again this year. So this is like incredibly stressful for me. I don't know why it's upsetting me so much. It's not a huge deal. I don't know. I think it's just because everything's piling up on me. I was just picking my face. I was taking this long hair out of here, and I'm like, I better shave my face. I better just do some maintenance. Anyway, this isn't from crying, but this morning, I didn't sleep well last night, and Chase and I have been watching not Little People, Big World. I think it's called The Little Johnstons. I don't even know what network or app it's on, but he's obsessed with the Little People shows. And I don't care for this particular family. They don't impress me at all as parents, but I will sit and watch it with him. Well, I had major nightmares last night about these little people. It was awful. And I'd get up, go to the bathroom, and try and wake up from the nightmares. And as soon as I laid back down, those little people were back in my head, and it was just awful. Anyway, so I didn't sleep well. And then John got up at 7 to eat breakfast. I kept him home today from school because he has a doctor appointment. Another story there. So I fed him, and I'm like, ooh, I don't feel very good. I guess I'll just go back to bed for a little bit. And then John got me up at 9 to eat again. I don't feel good. And it's like, okay, why do I feel like crying? I don't feel well. And there's a certain phrase in my mind I use it for when I don't feel mentally well. I was not feeling mentally well this morning. And I'm like, okay, it's just got to be everything on my plate right now. It's running over, right? So I thought, well, let me just eat something. So I grabbed my Cliff Bar. I have a Cliff Bar for breakfast every day. Sometimes I don't eat till lunchtime, but I'll have it then. But I'm like, let me just try settling my stomach, seeing what's going on. And then I look at my medicine box. I have one of those old lady medicine box that has Sunday through Saturday and all my meds in it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I looked at it and it's like, oh shit, I didn't take my antidepressants last night. Cool. Yeah, that's why I don't feel good. It's a lot of medication. So, like high amounts of it. I have not missed a dose for 20 years this year. The last time I missed a dose was 2004. Why do I remember it? Because it's awful. It's an awful feeling. I don't feel good. Like right now, I'm even sweating just sitting here. So I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? What happened last night? Why didn't I take my meds? Oh my God. And I'm like, do I do them now? Do I take half of them? Oh shit. I ended up taking all of it. And I think that was the right thing to do because I went online and Googled it and it's like, take as soon as you can, but don't double up if it's almost time to take them again for the day kind of thing. So I'm off today. I'm very off today. Yesterday, I told Chase John had a doctor appointment, an eye appointment, and we got there and she's like, it's not till tomorrow. And I'm like, it's me. It's not you, lady. Even though I wrote down that it was yesterday at whatever time. She's like, no, it's tomorrow. And I'm like, all right. Sorry. See you tomorrow. So we're going to go back there today to have Johnny's eyes checked. How do they check him? I don't know because he doesn't talk. But I figured, they check baby's eyes. They can check his eyes. I've never had his eyes checked. Why has no one ever had this child's eyes checked? I don't know. But I'm just trying to stay on top of all of his medical needs. Jonathan was very, very, very dehydrated and exhausted after spending the week and a half with his biological father, who spent most of that time at the hospital because his mother was dying. It wasn't a great timing for that trip that I just took, but it's done. Had to do it over again. I would not have gone. I would have rather have just not gone and waited for Chase and I to be able to go. And, Jonathan was in not great shape. He was very, like I said, very dehydrated, hungry. He's been home for 2 days and he has not stopped eating. I mean, it's just constant. So I did keep him home from school a couple extra days because I don't want to exhaust him. But if he does okay today, then I'll send him tomorrow. And tomorrow they're going to a basketball tournament, which he loves basketball. So, that would be him sitting in his wheelchair most of the time. So that would be fun for him. So I'm trying to just let him rest today. He's still in bed, back in bed, and just letting him relax. But I do appreciate his family taking him while I was gone. That gave Chase a break too. And, so back home, cats are both here with me. I got Marshmallow right there. I got Latte right down here. My boy, my kittens. Where do we go from here? On the channel? Well, I'm going to continue talking about just things going on in my life. I am going to talk about the royal family, and I do want to talk about that actually right now as well. So if you were one of those pitiful people, pity you, saying shit about me in the comments, for one, it's water off a duck's back. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't, as far as criticizing me. If it's legitimate criticizing, helpful, growing criticism, I love it. I will intake that anytime. If it's just because you're an asshole, no, thank you. And I may call you out. I may say your name on the internet and call you out. Why not? I get called out for what I say. I can call you out if you have made a comment that I want to reply to. And I'm referring to people giving me crap about the royal family and going to find Kate. Well, if you were a follower of my channel and you know me, you would know I wasn't actually going to London to find Kate Middleton. I had that trip planned for 2-3 months. Okay. All right. So those of you who said, like, oh my God, just stop it. Stay in Los Angeles. Don't come here. How dare you? Shame on you, Audrey. Shame. No, I'm sorry. I don't feel shame. If I did, I would let you know. It's like, am I not allowed to love another culture or be, I don't want to use the word attracted to another culture or country, but enjoy. I enjoy England. I enjoy the people and the just everything about it. And I've been many, many times, and I've spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars going to England. I basically have been living there kind of part-time for the last 15 years. And I decided when I knew I was going to be going to England a lot, kind of my home away from home, I had decided I'm only going to go shopping when I'm in England. I'm going to save all of my money. I'm not buying anything here at home. It's enjoyable to go shopping when I'm in England and stuff. So that's what I've always done. I've always waited to buy makeup and clothes, anything. I buy everything in England because I want to help support England. So as opposed to, just buying everything here at Target. Sorry, Johnny needed me for a minute. So, no, I reject your shame. I have no reason to be shameful for my interest and concern of the royal family. I'm American. Why do I care? Well, because I care about people in general. And it's not trolling someone when you say, what is going on? This is not right. Something doesn't feel right with this going on. Information not sure about, fake photos. Is she okay? Is she okay? And I'm a psychic. So I tap into people, alive and dead. Energy is energy. So yeah, I've been trying to tap into her and see what I can feel psychically about where she's at, what she's going through. A lot of people I've come across are saying she's gone. She's, William did something to her, or the firm did something to her. This is Diana 2.0. They got rid of Meghan. They got rid of Diana. And, there's a lot being said, and it's not good stuff. I just take that in. I wait for it to kind of settle in my system and in my mind, and wait for spirit to say yes or no, or here, go down this path with this information. So I'm not getting any information about the situation going on with Catherine and William or Charles or any of that. Now, I went to Kensington Palace with Benjamin. I went everywhere, I went everywhere the royals go. Went to Windsor, and I wasn't feeling anything. It's not that I try and feel something, but a lot of times things will just start popping in my head. I'll be walking down the street or sitting drinking a coffee or latte, and information will start coming in. Well, I didn't get any information, and that's fine. But that's as far as I go with talking about this situation with them. Leave her alone. I'm not bothering her. I am not bothering Catherine, Princess of Wales. I am not bothering anybody. I am simply expressing the fact something doesn't feel right. So what? As a human being, we're supposed to just keep our thoughts and opinions to ourselves and just assume she's okay? What if she's not okay? What if she is not okay? What if there is something going on where she needs help? And some people are saying, well, she's got to be fine because otherwise her parents would be talking. Well, no, hello. Do you know who you're dealing with? You don't think the royal family has systems in place or things and people they can call to make things happen? You don't think they ever make threats to people? Think about it. Like when Diana died, a lot of people thought that there was a hit on her, and there was not a hit on her, but we're still talking about an institution, and an institution protects itself. And, we could do a whole series on stuff like that and what the dangers are of being in a royal family. But it's curiosity. And as I've said before, as human beings, we want certain information for our own protection, our own self-preservation. We need to feel safe. And it's like, well, you don't even live there. I don't care that I don't live there. It's still society in my world. And if there's something that needs to change over here so it doesn't affect here, we all need to know. We all need to know the information going on, right? It's like the United States protects other countries. If they need help, we step in, right? Do that with what you wish with that information. Some people will disagree that that's a good thing. Others, like it. So anyway, no, you're not shaming me. I'm sorry. In fact, when you know who you are. If there's more than one person, this applies to you too. If you have tried and cursed me by telling me to put shame on me, I'm literally rejecting that shame and I'm sending the energy back to you. Okay, so it's bouncing off like a what's that Australian toy where it's like you throw it and it comes a boomerang. I am boomeranging it back to you. So be careful what you say. Be careful what you put out in the universe, because it may come off in a way you were not expecting. So again, for those of you who have said mean or bad things to me in the comments, you have the right to, absolutely. And I didn't delete any of those comments or anything, but just so you know, I'm not accepting it and I'm literally sending it back to you and putting it in your life. So, be careful when you try and curse somebody. And that's exactly what it is. It's a curse when you say something like that to somebody. So just FYI. I bought myself two things on the trip. I bought this Harry Potter jersey. This is the whole reason I wanted to go to the Harry Potter thing, is because I wanted this jersey. And it was the last one. They had to go look for it for me. Last one in my size. And I bought a scarf. I bought a really pretty scarf at the Natural History Museum. And that's about it. For that. So we have to go take Johnny for his appointment. And yeah, we'll keep talking. I'll let you know what's going on with my gynecological issues. I'm trying to make an appointment right now for the snip biopsy part, which I did last year. They just need to check and make sure nothing's changed. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. My sister in Arizona is, she works at a very high esteemed medical practice as a gynecological RN. And as I've mentioned, she has not been talking to me for like a year. And she called me yesterday out of the blue, and it's like, wow, look at that universe. Like, I've been wanting to talk to her because I'm, freaking out about medical procedures and stuff. And it's like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, she called me. We had a good chat. And yeah. And what's interesting too, I said, oh, just so you know, Dottie died. And that's my ex-mother-in-law. She goes, oh my God. She goes, that is weird, because she goes, on Friday, she said, I was driving to work and I was thinking, is Dottie still alive? Like, where is she? What is she doing these days? They weren't close, they barely knew each other. And I said, well, that's the day she passed. She died on Good Friday. So that was interesting. So the timing is awesome. I love to see proof of the universe kind of working its way around in people's lives. She's been able to help me understand this process I'm going to go through and going on with my cervix and such down there. And she made some suggestions. So that was good and interesting timing, but I appreciate that, universe. Thank you so much. And I got to get back into doing some more recipes for you guys and some just general shopping and, just the day-to-day stuff. So I will see you guys very soon. Thanks again for coming with me to London. I hope you enjoyed our time there. Ben and I had a really nice time, but it's definitely nice to be home. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.